Okay, one of the reasons we're interested in the greatest common factor is that our first step in factoring a polynomial is going to be doing what's called factoring out the greatest common factor. Let's see how that works, and then we'll write out the process. So the terms of our given polynomial here, right? We have 6x to the fifth y squared minus 18x to the fourth y to the third plus 12y to the fourth. So I'm going to think of each of these monomials as its own thing for a moment. And next I'm going to look at the coefficients. Right, 6 is 2 times 3. 12 is 4 times 3, but then 4 is 2 times 2. So 2 times 2 times 3. 18 is, let's see, 2 times 9, but 9 is 3 times 3. So 2 times 3 times 3. And I see each of these coefficients then has a factor of 2 times 3. So my GCF, I'm going to have 6 for my coefficient. And then looking at x, I have an x to the fifth, an x to the fourth, and no x at all. So I have no x at all in my greatest common factor. Looking at y, I see a y squared, a y to the third, a y to the fourth. Lowest power of y is y squared. I claim the greatest common factor of these three monomials is 6y squared. Now I'm left with the question, what is it that I need to multiply 6y squared by in order to get each of these monomials? And to find out, we'll divide 6x to the fifth y squared divided by 6y squared. So 6 divided by 6 is 1. X to the fifth divided by no x terms, we've just got x to the fifth. Y squared divided by y squared is 1. So all that's left there is y to the fifth. Negative 18, x to the fourth, y to the third, divided by 6y squared. We'll have negative 18 divided by 6 is negative 3. X to the fourth, we're not dividing by anything. Y to the third divided by y squared, we'll have y to the 3 minus 2. And finally, just moving the factoring 18 to give myself a little space. Our 12 y to the fourth divided by 6y squared. 12 divided by 6 is 2. And then I'll have y to the 4 minus 2. So I claim that we can multiply 6y times x to the fifth minus 3x to the fourth, y, right? 3 minus 2 is just 1, plus 2y squared. And that gives us our original polynomial, 6x to the fifth y squared minus 18x to the fourth y to the third plus 12y to the fourth. And we can multiply that out, and we see that, yes, that actually works. So this is a factored form of the original polynomial. So of this, if I copy the y squared correctly. So we've just taken our polynomial and written it in a factored form by factoring out the greatest common factor. So how do we do that? We find the greatest common factor of the terms. Then we divide each term by the GCF to determine the remaining factor. We use the properties of exponents to divide. We write the original polynomial as the greatest common factor multiplied by the polynomial made up of the remaining factors. To make sure that we've done this correctly, there are two things we need to notice. First, the remaining factors have no factors in common. And that's true here because this term we just have x to the fifth. This term we just have numbers and y, so there's nothing in common. Second, when you multiply it out, you have to get the original polynomial back. So that's how we factor out the greatest common factor from a polynomial.